Hello, everyone. Welcome to Office Hours with Dr. Priscilla. I hope everyone has had a wonderful, wonderful weekend and you're ready to start the day. Perhaps for you, it is already evening and you are home from work. Today, it's just starting for me. It is Monday morning, early Monday morning for me. So this is office hours. This is your time to ask questions. I'll try to answer your questions. And for those of you who posted questions earlier, I'll check to see if there are any. If there aren't any, then you'll have an opportunity to listen to Haas and I ask questions. And then if you need to say something, would like to say something, please do so. Good morning, Haas, or good afternoon, Haas, or good
Yeah,
evening.
it's the afternoon here. How are you, doctor?
I am fantastic. So tell me what time is it exactly for you right now?
Okay, it's 2:34 p.m.
Okay, and where do you live? Well, introduce yourself as a matter.
Okay, hello everyone. It's Hossein. I'm 27 years old and I'm from Algeria. I'm a nutrition and agri-food technologies engineer and I work in a food factory. I'm so pleased to be here with you.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to have you join us today. I don't know that if you did get a chance to see if there were any posts for the office hours before you came in.
Oh yeah, I saw two posts.
Okay.
The one where you posted the link to the Zoom session, and the other one where you were reminding people to join you.
Okay. So it looks like on day one, this would be really the second day that I've had office hours, but this is the very first day that I've had scheduled the time ahead of time. So if someone did not know that I have office hours, today would be day one, and I will have office hours for 5 consecutive days. Day one being Monday, I'll have one tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So here's the thing. I don't know what time it is in your country, in the various countries that are watching at this particular point in time. However, office hours will always be at this time. So it isn't necessary, in my opinion, for you to ask me what time is the office hours. If you are not awake, or if you are at work, or if this is not a convenient time for you, then you can watch the live. However, I would recommend that you post your questions so that I can answer your questions during the office hour segment. All right, so Haas,
Yes, doctor.
based upon your participation and interaction within the group over the past weeks or so, what have you observed as a particular need for students, or what would you like to add or suggest or recommend as an English language learner?
Okay. I've joined this group since last Wednesday, maybe. So I've been here in this group for 7 days or more than 7 days. And something that I've noticed is that people in the group are divided into two groups, into forks and spoons, doctor. And the number of forks
What
is
exactly does that
higher.
mean? Could you share a little bit more about forks and spoons? What does that mean?
Okay, when we say that someone is a fork, it means that he's the kind of person that just takes information from the group without giving back anything. And it's like being selfish. And a spoon person is that person that tries to give a contribution to the group, even if it is small, a small contribution. But it's being active, as simple as that. So the thing that I've noticed is that people are divided into two groups and the majority are forks. And something that I want to harp on is that if they really need to take their English to the highest level they can, they need to practice. Being a fork is useless, is totally useless for them. So I've been there for 7 days, like I told you, but I think I'm more active than those that have been in the group for 1 year or maybe more than 1 year.
And what has been some of the benefit of being that active within the group?
Oh, well, there is a plethora of benefits. You are practicing your English, your vocabulary bank, and you are learning new words as well.
Mhm.
Well, you are gaining that self-confidence when you are learning how to write even short paragraphs. It's all about conveying a message that you've never dared to convey before.
Okay, I really appreciate that response. And what I have tried to do since I have been within this group, I think I came maybe 1 week prior to Haas joining me. And
Mm-hmm.
Haas is one of my students. He is one of my prima donna students. A prima donna is someone that is advanced in what they do. And if you continue to listen to Haas, as long as I stay in this group, and Haas may even stay longer than I intend to stay, I
Mm-hmm.
do have a specific purpose for being in the group. But while in the group, I do want to be of value and provide service to each of you. However, while providing this service, it is going to not necessarily cost you money, but it
Yeah.
will cost you a little bit of your time.
Yeah, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. It's very
Yes,
easy.
very good. So, how many in the audience that are listening to us right now understand the idiom an arm and a leg? Okay, so type something just so we know that you're actively listening and participating. What does an arm and a leg mean to you?
Mm-hmm. So it's
Okay,
very easy. What they need to do is to go to the YouTube channel. Those are the things that we usually repeat. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a feedback. As simple as that.
yeah, thank you. So I'm going to ask how many of you would like to be online live as Haas is with me right now and speak? There isn't any comments in the chat right now, so let's just see if anyone can find the keyboard or the keys on their phone or the keyboard on their laptop or the keyboard on their desktop and just type something so that I know that you are listening to Haas, you're listening to me, and we will continue. I'd just like to have someone type something. Haas, could you just share anything that is in your head that you think people will benefit since there are no questions today? Maybe you can
Okay.
just make some conversation or ask
Okay.
me.
Well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Since all the members might be 100% interested in enhancing their English level, I will share the two um principal tips that I've been told when I started learning my English. Well, the first thing is the one that I told to say it when he attended last time with us. So, is to forget about the native language you're speaking. So, if you're speaking Arabic, for example, forget about Arabic when you're speaking in English. It takes less effort, and instead of translating the thing you want to say from Arabic to English and then saying that in English, it takes less time and less effort. And the second thing is to practice English. I don't know any skill they want to practice the way they like. Then if they like to listen to songs, they can go on YouTube and listen to their favorite songs with lyrics, and it's a way to practice the listening skill. Then if they are interested in reading, they can go and buy the novel they like to read and practice reading. It doesn't matter if you're understanding everything, just read for the sake of reading.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I'd like to say is if you are not sure what you should read, what you should listen to, it is very simple. Choose something that you are interested in. It is almost pointless to read about astronauts when you're more interested in food.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to practice listening, speaking, reading, and trying to comprehend what
Mhm.
you've written. So I'm going to say something. I'm looking at my cell phone at this moment. And in my cell phone, it doesn't appear that anyone has any comment other than Mantur has said he or she is from Bangladesh. Welcome from Bangladesh. And another person says, I'm hearing you from Bangladesh. Thank you so much for being here. There are 5 people watching, and I know it does take a while to become comfortable interacting with conversation or with something that is new and different. But I can promise you, there isn't much point in my inviting you to come to this live space. You can't do something quietly in your home space. And if you wish to come online live, there are certain things that you will need to do. But I really want to be of value. Haas is very good at putting up challenges. For those of you who are interested in challenges, it can be a 3-day challenge, 5-day challenge. There isn't much point in giving you a 30-day challenge because you're not going to be able to do it. You could do it, but not many people are that committed until they get their rhythm to, oh, I can do that. But Haas is willing to work with me to help jumpstart you into action, and we will hold you accountable. If you can't do something for 3 consecutive days, it is very doubtful that you'll be able to do it for 5 or 30. The next thing I want to say is this. I'd like to see more people become active in your group. This is not my group. I am here to help facilitate your learning. Try not to be a fork where you just come to take information and not leave some information. And if any of you have had the opportunity to watch my video that I created, I want you to know that my coming online and creating videos is like my foreign language. There is so much that I do not know about technology. I do not know yet how to edit a video. I do not know how to put in portions that would be transparent and then fade in and out, but I'm willing to learn. So I'm doing something every single day. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you'll start to see how much I'm improving with my progress. Yes,
That's what practicing is.
that's what practice is. That's what practice does. So I do want all of you to go to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave a comment. That is all that I ask of you, and I will continue to be of service here for you. I'm going to be.
Doctor, oftentimes I hear English learners saying that they when they start speaking, they struggle to say what they are thinking, and so they really have that expression inside, but they don't know how to take it out. So in order to overcome this problem, they need to practice. We all the time say practicing is the key to everything. So practice and practice. Feel the fear, feel the shyness, and go for it.
Yes. I totally agree. And that would be a ditto. If you're looking in your Tune Your English chat rooms, you'll see that I capitalize words over and over and over again. Just as a reminder, how can I use this word? I think opportunity has been capitalized by me maybe 50 times because I want you to feel how to use the word opportunity, not just know what the definition is, but how can you use the word opportunity in your interaction? So let me see if I can get some activity in the chat box. Could you please write the word ditto in the chat box? The word ditto is spelled D-I-T-T-O. Let me see if I can get some people in the chat box to come alive. Please type the word ditto. Continue talking, Haas.
Okay, well, maybe we can discuss the word ditto itself.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell what do you want to tell the audience about the word
Okay.
ditto?
Well, the word ditto, I learned that yesterday, and the meaning of this word means I totally agree with you. So in case you agree with someone, you don't have to repeat all that long expression he's been saying. You just say ditto, D-I-T-T-N-O, and it's done.
Ditto.
Mm-hmm.
So you notice that I'm agreeing with just the thought that, or the concept that Haas has just said. He
Mm-hmm.
said that if you want to shorten a conversation, if you are in agreement with what someone has said, you will say ditto. Now,
Mm-hmm.
keep in mind, as an English language learner, you don't want to pepper everything with ditto, 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 ditto. You
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to practice, but being able to understand what that means is very important. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's very important. All right, so most of you know now. If you don't know, if you are watching this live stream, you will know that we will have office hours on tomorrow. We have 10 minutes remaining in this office hour.
Mm-hmm.
And there aren't any comments in the chat box. I just checked. So let's just dive into something else, unless you have something else that you want to add. Did you
Okay,
want
I've got an idiom, doctor.
Okay, what is your
Now
idiom?
that I'm very into idioms, and the one that I learned this morning, I was at work and I had nothing to do, so I went on Google
Yes.
and I accidentally found that idiom. The idiom says to have a skeleton in the closet. Yeah,
Okay.
it's very funny.
What does it mean?
Well, it means to have a secret that you've never revealed before. And yeah, that's it. The skeleton is the secret. So when you
Okay.
say that you reveal the skeleton or you took it out of the closet, it means that you reveal the secret.
Exactly. And I like the way that you've used the word revealed. Revealed means to uncover, to
Mm-hmm.
show, to put on display. So
Mm-hmm.
what might be an example of a skeleton in the closet? What might be an example? So now,
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, personally, I don't have any skeletons in my closet, but I used to have a skeleton when I was 14 years old,
Okay.
and the skeleton was that I used to secretly, and my mother didn't know about that.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't smoke anymore. That was the
Ah,
skeleton that I had in the closet.
that's a skeleton in the closet. So my
Mm-hmm.
skeleton of long, long, long time ago was I used to wet the bed, and
Oh.
my mom would ask who wet the bed, and I would say it wasn't me. But one day, my mom found my wet clothes in the drawer, and she asked who wet the bed, and I said not me, and so she punished me. So since that time, I didn't wet the bed. I just stopped
Mm-hmm.
drinking water before it was my bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more prominent things that people say when they have a skeleton in the closet would be, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but you might. People
Mm-hmm.
who are homosexuals
Mm-hmm.
and they don't tell anyone, and if they are men, they date women, but they really prefer men, or if they're women and they date women, they
Mm-hmm.
date men, but they prefer to date women. Those are the most prominent types of skeletons. When we say
Mm-hmm.
there's a skeleton in the closet, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want anyone to learn or know about my secret.
Yeah.
That could be considered a skeleton in one's closet. All right.
Bingo.
So those of you who are popping in and popping out, again, thank you so much for joining us today. We still have 7 minutes remaining in our session. What else would you like to share
Mm-hmm.
with the
Okay,
group?
well, I know that the majority of those learners are interested in idioms. Well, idioms makes you sound like a native English speaker. This is the advantage you will take from learning idioms. So the easiest way to learn them is to capture the word that you can remember the easiest. So for me, let's take the example of the idiom that I've just said. The word is skeleton, And it's very easy to remember. So whenever someone says the word skeleton, you immediately think of that idiom, to have a
Mhm.
skeleton in the closet. The same for idioms for colors or food or traveling or something like that.
Mhm.
Same rule. Well, this is my rule. This is my way.
Excellent, excellent. I want to also suggest that while you're learning idioms, you need to learn them in the context of something, not just learn the idiom, because an idiom used inappropriately or not in good taste
Hmm.
can be offensive. So you want to be sure that you know how to use the idiom correctly, not just because you hear Dr. Priscilla say it or you hear Haas say it. Make
Hmm.
sure that you understand in what um, in what context. For example, not knowing that Haas did parents didn't know he was smoking. So if I was visiting with Haas, I could say, "So Haas, did you tell your mom about your skeleton in the closet?" What? That's why
Hmm.
it's a skeleton. You didn't want mama to know. So you have to be careful that you understand about skeletons, not just saying something. He may very well have told you that he had a skeleton in his closet, but he may not have,
Either.
but he, thank you, he may not have told his mom.
Hmm.
All right. So again, if there are any comments, questions about what we've said today, please make sure that you leave that feedback for Haas, comments
Hmm.
from me.
Please be a spoon.
Please become a spoon, work your way towards becoming leaving forks behind. Forks are just those individuals who come to a place to take. Like you'll see this, they just take, they fill up each prong and they
Hmm.
leave never to return. If you come as a spoon, you can take as much as you want, but bring something in the spoon. Bring something to leave with other people so that we all can learn from each other.
I tried hard to understand the way those that never participated in the group thinking, but I really didn't find any explanation for that. They want to learn, but they never practice. It's because of the superiority or inferiority complexity, or maybe about because of their shyness, but they don't really know that practicing is the recipe for overcoming all of those problems. Share, just share, even if you're not really sure about those stuffs you're sharing. Dr. Priscilla is here. She will correct the mistakes you will do, and that's it.
Yeah, I will do my very best. What I do value and appreciate is constructive criticism. But if you criticize what I do, and this is coming from my heart, if you find criticism for what I do without giving me an example of how it can be improved, then please keep quiet. Do not
Hmm.
share your criticism because it will not be received in the manner in which you intend. For those of you who are coming as forks and you think that this program or this platform isn't good for you, there are 1 billion plus videos out there. Just search for what you need. You
Hmm.
do not do not suffer yourself to stay in this group. Find a group that is going to provide you what you need. But I would like to say, whatever group you go to, provide something, give something of value and substance. Do not
Hmm.
be someone who just comes to take information and criticize
Hmm.
information. For those of you too that will just post a like, I will tell you that that is of very little value. One, I see it now because it's popping up, but I don't need anyone to really like what I do. It's good for the algorithm here, but just to post like doesn't assure me that you've learned anything. If you could say thank you, Haas, or if you could type the word great, or if you could type I appreciate it.
Hmm.
Don't just come and put a like. because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. If you put a heart, that's the same as putting a like. I am not saying that these things do not have value, but it doesn't help you to think in English.
Mhm.
To click like is just as if you're just turning a light switch on and then going out of the room. So
Mhm.
do not be a taker. So we have 1 minute remaining. I am concluding what I have to say. Thanks everyone who popped in today. Let me say thank you to the 4 comments that I have. Motur, thank you for joining from Bangladesh. And the other person whose name I cannot read that says that you too are watching from Bangladesh. Haas, would you take us out? And we'll end when you're finished.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for the FaceTime that we've just had, Doctor. I want to thank you a lot for being held accountable for dispensing as much knowledge as you can in the group. And thanks for being generous, Doctor.
Bye, everybody.
Here, bye-bye.
Thanks for co-hosting with me, Haas. Take care.
You're welcome.